That's what he says. He says, you you're looking at it, and God just saved them from the Egyptians, separated the sea, rescued them, provided for them. God turns His back 1 second to start on something with Moses, and here they had broke off and started worshiping a false god. Now you know and I know that that's not God's intentions. You know that that's not why He rescued them. That's not why He saved them. For God to leave 1 second or to be dealing with Moses 1 second, and then on just that little space of time, they left all of His glory, all of His might, all of His miracles, all of His blessings for something they could see. Wasn't God's intentions. And that's why He called them. They're stiff-necked. They're hard-headed. They're so hard-headed they can't see what glorious intentions have for them. All they could see was a need of something to arise. Now, what makes this so interesting is what I told you is we're blessed. Because in Romans chapter 8, verse 27, he said that Jesus Christ makes intercessions for the saints. Amen? Now you look at these people and what had to happen here, and if it wasn't for Moses, the wrath of God would have destroyed them. Moses spoke up in verse 12 and said, God, don't drag. I know it's not your intentions to save them and bring them out here and consume them in your wrath. And God says, I know that. And He looks and He says, remember how this started out. He says, remember God about Isaac. And see what you don't understand. If we look back and God could have stopped this. This is where we at on Wednesday nights. God sees everything and stopped it anytime, any place. Amen? So what we know is God could have sent Moses down right when this started happening. Before the calf, before it ever got out of hand, before it ever got melted and molded and they started dancing around this thing, Moses could have got there. But what God did is God suffered, listen to this, God suffered through their sin. I find that amazing. God suffered through their sin in letting them have their free will and choice to a time where they will be greatest served by righteousness. He didn't stop it too early, is what I'm saying. And God had to sit back and watch and suffer through that till the time where Moses could enter there and make the greatest impact on their desires. You understand? At the moment that Moses come down, they were already dancing around this thing, and right then and there, this had been brought all the way down to a choice where either they were going to be led away by sin, or they were going to turn. He let it get right to that point because God could have went and sent Moses an hour earlier, and it could have been just getting out of the stove. And they hadn't quite done anything yet. So then you have all those people around saying, well, I hadn't done anything yet. You understand? But God let it get right to the point where they were in action of their sin, which had already exposed them to the wrath. Once you're exposed to the wrath, there's no other way to go. You're either gonna go off in sin and choose that sin, and God's going to deal with you. You're going to turn. What happened is Moses stood up and made intercession for these people. And God heard him. Now, we talk about prayer all the time. How important prayer is. How much we need prayer. We wonder, when we gather on Wednesday nights, I wonder if we're making a difference when we pray for that lost soul in Colorado. Or we pray for that lady that's got cancer in New Hampshire. And we wonder, are we just wasting our time? Let me tell you something. This was one of the greatest moments in the Bible. God changed His mind in His wrath. He spared them because of one man and his intercession. Moses spoke to God and said, God, don't do this. God, don't do this. For God's love of Moses and His righteousness, God changed His mind. Now, I'm going to stop and I'm going to back up. And I'm going to just tell you tonight, just like these people are hard-headed, we can look around in our community and know that this, what's going on, is not what God intends. When we're fussing about abortions, whether that's right or wrong, that's not what God intends. When we have so much crime and so much problems in our political system, and all the things that's going on, and all the things which our community thinks is more important than church and how people act around here. Listen, this is not what God intends. Let me tell you something. God doesn't intend for someone to be lost. God doesn't intend people die and go to hell. God didn't even create hell for sinners. He created hell for the devil and his angels. God didn't intend for hell. When we back up and we see all this going on, all we can say is, man, why can't they see what we see? Why can't they see that there's so much more that's here? There's so much more that we can be doing than just religious or religion. There's so much more that we could be stretching out for and seeking for. There's so much more wonderful things here if we could just get together and serve God. The problem is, God called it long ago. I think back to a time where I was just as hard-headed. I wouldn't listen to you about God. It didn't mean anything to me. What I had going on was as far as I could see. This was it. My plans, my purpose, according to myself, my desires, my wants, was all I could see. That's all I could see intentions for. Why am I here? To have a good time. For me to get whatever I want. Because I was hard-headed. But somebody, somewhere, was making intercession for me. When I was lost in drugs, and so far gone, so many people prayed for me. They could look at my life and plainly see that where I was and where I was going and the things that I was doing is no way, no how, not even close to what God intended for me. And they prayed. Pray. Pray. They pray. They pray. They pray. They pray. They believe. They pray. I don't know how else to explain it. Let your eyes do the rest. I'm no longer addicted to drugs. I'm no longer lost. I do know how good God is. I'll tell you, as a church tonight, I believe every one of us tonight should be a Moses. Every one of us here tonight knows how good God is. Amen. Amen. Moses never would even turn to God with intercession, but he knew how good God was.